Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we're looking at the Mafex The Amazing Spider-Man Scarlet Spider Comic Version 2.0 action figure from Marvel Mafex Metacom toy. This is the repainted version of the same figure we reviewed not that long ago, and so here's the thing. Here's the thing about this guy, is the original release, anything aside other than paint, it lacked all of that cool heavy shading that this character is known for. And I said in that review, boy, they really need to do the comic version, kind of like they did with the standard Spider-Man with the black paint job. I guess they didn't want to do that. They did shading instead, which is not what the character looks like at all, really. But is this a step in the right direction, and is it good enough to purchase if you didn't get one yet at all? Maybe. We're going to do a quick review on this guy to help you guys decide that, but yeah, I wouldn't open my wallet just yet. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, so before we look at the figure, let me go ahead and just show you my package. It is a really nice package. Artwork there is great. This is one of the reasons I'm reviewing this guy, even though I don't think it's like super necessary, is this is like one of my favorite Spider-Man designs of all time, and I made some customs of it forever ago, back in the day, using those old Toy Biz parts. And anyway, there's a special place for this guy in my comic heart, and there's the artwork. That this is like super iconic artwork for this character, and you can see he's very muscular, and that heavy black shading is a really big part of the character design. And this guy doesn't quite have it. But yeah, they have a nice box going on. Mafex tends to do a pretty good job with their packaging, so I like that. It's one of the last companies that's actually putting out fun packaging for imports. They do a pretty good job. Okay, so let's set that aside. I wish I didn't open it. Now I don't know where to set it. Okay, there we go. It's on the floor. Let's look at the figure. This guy is in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. If you want to get one, I'll put a link in the description below. He stands just over 16 centimeters. That's going to make him just about 6 and, 3/8 inches. Here he is up against Darwin, and they're pretty close to the same height. You can probably get them just about there if you mess with the articulation a little bit. Now, a little bit of a caveat for this review. Bandai has shown their version of this guy, and I will tell you right now, you can never accuse me of just trying to hawk my links and try to get you to buy things when I do my reviews, because I do not do that. I would not buy this unless you happen to like the way Mafex does their figures more than Bandai. If you like the way this looks more than the way the one on the screen right now looks, then hey, knock yourself out. Use the link in the description below. I appreciate it. But I don't recommend it. I think the Bandai one is going to blow this one out of the water. And I know it's not exactly the same design, but still, I would not buy this right now. Even if you love the shading look on this, it's not the one I would recommend. So, with that being said, here we have it. The black shading does go a long way to make the figure look better. He's awfully slender still. Like none of the sculpt has changed. It's all the same. The jacket still looks the same. I still don't like the soft goods jacket on this guy. It just looks off to me, and especially since now it doesn't have any of the shading that the rest has. So it looks really off. I will say, if you are set on getting the Mafex Scarlet Spider, this is the one I would go with. There are a few issues, and we'll talk about it. We're not going to do like a super full in-depth review because we've already reviewed this figure in large part. But I'll talk about the issues, and I do think the shading helps. I think the shading helps. The darker look is definitely necessary for this guy, and even though the face shading isn't the right kind of shading, it's not that cell-style shading, it still helps a lot to have that black spray on the face, I think. Now, you might not like it, and that's fine. I don't particularly like it either, but I do think it is better than none. That's my point. And then we do have the shading throughout. Like, it's on all of the parts for the most part. It's not super consistent, but it's pretty good. The only places that we really don't have any, because it does all the way go down, it does all the way, goodness gracious, it does go all the way down to the feet. The only places we don't have any shading would be on the knees, which is just a travesty, and the elbows. What were they thinking? They knew they were going to paint the crap out of this guy with all the black shading. Use a darker red for the hard plastic. Oh, and the ankles. And I guess technically all the hard plastic, all the joints. Use a darker red, you goofs. What's the point of making the knees not match? Like, okay, so this red matches where there's no shading, but that's not where it's touching. So that looks silly to me. But again, if you're going to get one, I think this is the one. It does look good. This is the one from Mafex. It looks good enough. It looks better. I'm not going to do a number score because we're just talking about a very subjective paint job. It's not accurate, but it's helpful, so you can check my other review if you want to have a more in-depth review of the figure. This is just for this version, kind of an update, an addendum to the previous review. I think it does look better. I'll leave it at that for the aesthetic. For the accessories, we do still have the 3 heads. The 2 other heads don't have as much shading as this one. Question of the day, which head do you prefer for Scarlet Spider? For me, it's the angular eyes every single time. I think that's the iconic look. The other ones don't have as much shading, and they're not my favorite, so I don't care for those very much. We still have all the hands and feet, including a set of magnetic ones. Still have some, or I don't know which color webbing he had originally, but we do have white webbing this time, which is great. That's the way I would prefer to do it. And we get the Mafex display stand. So you're still getting a solid figure. It's not like they cut anything out, unless I can't remember something. So that's good. And then as far as articulation goes, I played with it, my daughter played with it. It still functions fine. There's no problems with the joints or anything like that. No issues at all. We have the wire in the hoodie, which still isn't a great design, but it's fine. So yeah, if you are into the Mafex look, if you're into the Mafex Scarlet Spider, this is the one to get for sure. It blows the original one out of the water because the paint was necessary. It's the wrong kind of paint though, so it's not as good as it should be. And maybe they'll release the cell shaded style of paint job at some point, and they're just doing this to get a few more bucks before they do the next thing. But if they don't do that, then this was a misstep. Do the other paint job and you would have had a really cool looking figure. In this case, it's just better than before and probably not going to hold up. And my guess is like not even close to the Bandai one. So do with that information what you guys will. Again, if you want to get one, use my link. I appreciate it. If you don't want to get one, you're in the same boat as me. I got this just to review. I'm sure I'll be selling it once the Bandai one comes out. That's my hunch. I'm gonna wait though. I think just in case, maybe I should sell it first before the Bandai one comes out and blows this one out of the water. I'll have to think about that. But you guys, I'm fully honest with all my reviews, and you know this is not the one I want in my collection as of right now. But the Bandai one could end up sucking. You never know with Bandai these days. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about the whole situation in the comment section below, and we'll talk down there. But that's it for me. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have at least 6 videos a week on a normal week. Some days like I'm sick or something, but normally it's 6 videos a week. And I do have thousands, literally. I think we're almost up to 5,000 videos on the channel. So it's kind of like a library of reviews. If you ever need to look up something, there's a good chance I've reviewed it. If it's a 1/12 scale figure, I've probably reviewed it. Maybe. A lot of them anyway. So anyway, make sure you come back for all of that good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.